Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Babaji visualized an education system where service is not an obligation but a way of life. Without we serving the society will not become vibrant, the society will not become good, the society will not take care of itself. We have to build a good society. That cannot happen in dream. That's why we have to love the society, we have to serve the society without any expectation. That is what is the great preachings of our Bhagavan Satya Sai Babaji. The spirit reflects in every aspect of this university. That's what I have seen, the discipline what I have seen. I have never seen in a university the students, the graduates were sitting so long on the floor without a murmur. The integrated programs emphasize on discipline and the environment of spiritual reflection are all a testament to that spirit. I extend my courteous congratulations to all the graduates who will receive their degrees today. This is a moment you will remember throughout your life. This is another good beginning in your life. It is not only marks an academic milestone, but the beginning of the journey of responsibility, integrity and service. I also commend the gurus, parents and the well-wishers who have supported and guided them in their journey of learning and growth, and I bow my head to all the professors who shaped very well these young minds. This institute which imparts not only knowledge and skills but also character and wisdom. That is the greatness of our institute, and that is the greatest achievement of our university. It also has a spiritual ambience where one learns to respect and appreciate religions and traditions. Every religion is for only one thing, that is to shape you with the discipline and devotion. God is one, but we got every right to worship the God as we like, as anybody likes. Nobody should interfere with the other. They got their own freedom to worship the God as they like. I understand that the institute has excellent facilities and laboratories for research, sports facilities, planetarium and great learning environment. And this is the only institute, I think, where all the students get their education totally free. That makes your mind to serve the society. Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Ji has created the emblem of university which shows the Sarva Dharma Stupa instituted, and it is being practiced. I am pleased to learn that this institute, like the Gurukulas of the past, where the professors or the gurus devoted their life for shaping their students. Dear graduates, you are privileged to be in the times when India stands on the threshold of unprecedented transformation. Could you believe some 15 years back, 20 years back, that India is going to be a powerful country in the world? Instead of India listening to the world is listening to India for their problems to find a solution, and that is happening. That is the greatest achievement of our great Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. He made our nation today is a hub of innovation and a ray of hope for sustainable development and above that, peace of the humanity. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, the transformative initiatives introduced through the National Educational Policy 2020 have substantially strengthened the country's higher education system. What a wonderful achievements by our university in the research side also, in the latest subjects like AI, the new sciences which is coming up. All this gives me a great confidence. When I was talking to our Chakravarti ji, he told to me, this is a small university. The number is not important, but how the students are getting shaped is more important than anything else in the world. Because you are going to be the ambassadors, not only within the country, but you are going to be the ambassadors of India, the spiritual country, with the blessings of Bhagavan Sai Baba ji, that you are going abroad and you will be an ambassador. Your discipline will show that India is a great country. It's not that your economic power alone will decide everything. Yes, we need economical power. What for we need economic power? That is very simple. Our economic power should not be dictating terms to others. But we need economical power for what? That nobody should dictate terms unnecessarily to us. That is where the success of a good society, good country is lying. And you are belong to that generation that I appreciate all your talents, I appreciate all your dedication, I appreciate all your involvement in your studies that is going to guide you in the future also. Higher education institutions are advancing towards multidisciplinary research and excellence. That we have to go furthermore. More and more money should be allocated for research. Research is one area. Nobody can quantify it. Okay, I invest this much, the result will come this much. That is not possible. But who can decide? The money allocated should be spent only for research, that is by the students and the head of the research team. Their conscience only can lead to a good result. How many of us were confident when the Modi ji has given a call to all the scientists of this country that you must find a vaccination for COVID? But ultimately, his encouragement, his confidence created a confidence in the minds of the scientists. And the scientist invented the vaccination for the COVID. And the entire 140 crore people of India has been offered a COVID vaccination free of cost. That is the greatest achievement of Narendra Modi. Touching the feet is very common in our country because we want to pay our respect to our elders. This is not the custom in the foreign countries. One of our Tamil was the minister in that country, and the president of that country, when Modi ji visited that country in the airport, he touched the feet of Narendra Modi. That was surprised me. But one of the minister is a Tamil, from my area, and he is there. I met him in the Coimbatore airport. He introduced himself and I also introduced myself. When I was the governor, so he was talking to me and he was telling me, I asked him, why you are president of your country has touched the feet of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Then his immediate spontaneous response was, he also asked the same question to his president, because he was a part of his cabinet. Immediate reply from that country's president was, he is the only man who saved the humanity by giving COVID vaccination free of cost to more than 100 countries. Now you can understand why I said in the beginning of my speech, Bharat Mata, the most powerful and the most merciful. You can be most powerful, but your power has no value unless you are merciful to others. When the whole Western world also found the vaccination for COVID, but they were running behind how to patent it. So by patenting it, they thought they can sell it for very high price. They were quoting something around 7,500, not rupee but dollar. How many of the people in this world can afford to buy that and have a vaccination? Modi ji never tried for it. We should not encourage the society when it is in a critical condition. Rather, we should serve the society when it is really in need of it. That has been proved. That is the reason why Modi ji is now not only an Indian leader, but he is a global leader today. The holistic faculty development programs, significant investment in infrastructure and the adoption of digital tools have collectively improved the quality of teaching today. Everything is available by touch of a button. When we were in the schools, there is not many blackboards were not there. There is no windows. Where I have studied in my 6th, 7th, 8th classes, the whole thing is open. So when the rain comes, we have to take all our bags and we have to put it on a wall, the partition wall, so that all our books will not get wet. So I am telling this, from that day, we have come to this day that we are the 4th largest economy of the world today. Yes, we want to become the first economical power of the world. So the entire world's humanity will be taken care by one single country, that is Mother Bharat. When we embrace global ideas, that need not be that we must lose our rootedness. That is not necessary. You take Japan. Japan has one of the most developed economy of the world today, but still they are following their culture. They are preserving their heritage. So modern development need not to be get confused that by destroying our good values, old good values, then only we can become modern. That is not.